Welcome back, ladies and gents, to Take a Sip podcast. I'm Tito.
And I'm Leche.
And Leche, what are you sipping on today?
I just cracked open a Truly lemonade iced tea hard cider.
Nice.
What about yourself?
Just a simple... Oh, no, damn. Sorry, I almost knocked over my entire desk. Just a simple Bud Light for tonight.
Can't go wrong with that, honestly.
No, for sure. And I mean, let's just get into it. I mean, we have some good things to talk about right now.
Yeah, we got some interesting topics. Yeah, some good stuff.
I mean, for the first topic, it's not really video games, but it's something I found and shared with you, and I just think it's so cool.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
Yeah. So apparently, in the state of Maine, here in the United States, it's still in the process of being legalized, but there is a high possibility of being able to have a Viking style funeral.
Fuck yeah, dude.
To literally go out in a blaze of glory.
Fuck, what? Dude, honestly, whoever brought that up to like the Congress, their Congress people in freaking Maine. Yeah, kudos to you, bro. Like, actually, that is fucking legit.
So a Viking style funeral is after your time in this world comes to an end, you are set on a boat, almost pushed off into a lake, a river, the ocean, for all I know. And it's either set on fire or someone shoots an arrow on fire to set the boat on fire.
Yeah.
And that is literally the whole process of it. It is a way that the Vikings pretty much honored their fallen. The ashes are said to take them up to
Valhalla
with the other gods.
That is nuts, dude. Honestly, dude. I mean, if you think about it, it's a different type of cremation, you know? So...
I blame Thor. All the Thor movies.
All these like ancient god movies coming out. Like,
Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Dude, I mean, it sounds pretty legit, dude, in my opinion. You know, if I had to go, like, you know, if I had to do my freaking ceremony, you know, that ends my life, I would want it to be something like crazy like that. Honestly. I don't want it to be sad. I want it to be like do this to honor me, you know, type of thing.
Oh, I've said it. For my funeral needs to be a party. I want you guys to celebrate me, not mourn
celebrate.
Me.
You know, the key word here, I don't want to say it either, but celebrate the word, the D word, instead of, you know, freaking being sad about it.
Exactly.
You could be sad about it the day after, you know, but not that moment. Won't
exactly
be it for me. Because at that point, I'm out of my pain and misery. And I'm sorry that, you know, I push it upon you guys at this point.
Mm-hmm.
So it's crazy.
Yeah. But apparently, reading the article, another thing I found that I found in this is that it's being legal. It may be legalized in Maine, but in Colorado, you could have a legalized open fire pyre funeral.
Oh, really? That's
so
dope.
You know, in the scene in the Justice League Snyder's cut, at the end, how the woman from the Wonder Woman's people, how they set her on fire, where it's like that just giant pile of sticks, her body right on top. So in Colorado, that is legal. You can legally have an open fire pyre funeral.
Yeah, like pretty much I want to say like there's like an open cremation ceremony. Cremation ceremony. I think that's like the easiest way to put it in context, you know. So just think about it like a bunch of wood, and you literally it's a wooden casket that you're able to burn.
Mm-hmm. And it's cool, like just seeing how, like, I mean, at this point, it's not just like history or story tells or whatever. It's like the fact that nerds are just becoming, for lack of better terms, more powerful in this world, that these are the type of laws we're legalizing or trying to legalize.
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised, like, this generation, like our generation, starts to, like, when we're like 20 years in the future, start creating or making up like crazy stupid laws, you know? Like, it's gonna be like International 90s Day. Be like, what the fuck?
Well, no, that's a whole other situation.
Like, yo, that's what I mean. Just random shit. Random shit.
I mean, that's just cool. Like,
No, I think that's badass. Honestly, I think that's fucking badass.
If it becomes legalized,
it's gonna be crazy, dude.
Oh yeah.
Like,
oh yeah.
Like, no shit. I think I would want to watch a video, and that's kind of sad to say it in that context, you know.
Yeah, no, I get you.
You get what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be fucked up and be like, you know, it's fucked up, but at the same time, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be the only one thinking about it.
No, for sure. Oh, you're definitely not the only one
saying it for the people. Because I'll take the hit. I don't care.
Speaking of taking the hits,
honestly, dude, this is interesting.
Yeah. So last week, and I mean a few days before that as well, Destiny came out. Well, we knew that Destiny was putting out the Vault of Glass raid into Destiny 2. Vault of Glass is it was the first original raid that they put out in the entire Destiny game. So it was released on May 22nd, my birthday, for D2. I unfortunately was not able to raid that day to get online. I say unfortunately, it was a bad thing.
It was unfortunate that you did, honestly. It was fortunate that you didn't raid.
But Leche was actually trying to raid almost the entire day. So why don't you talk about that with us?
Man, it was painful, no lie. I'm not gonna lie to you. It was 9 hours spent trying to get as far as possible in that raid the first day. Because in the first day, for many people who actually play Destiny 2 and raid on like day one, they know the modifier contest mode is active. And what contest mode does, it literally elevates the bosses that are like, they make them way more powerful, way more stronger above your current light level. Either that or it throws your light level down. So everyone's on an equal playing field. Like the entire Destiny community and everyone that plays it is on an even playing field when they're trying to go for worlds first. But oh my goodness, my fire team, my first original 6 that I started with, Tito, you watched, dude. It was a struggle, bro. We couldn't even get past the first freaking door. We were on it for 2 freaking hours, man.
They weren't ready. Shit. They weren't ready.
Yo, half the group wasn't ready. It's funny because after those 2 hours, 3 of them had to go. We got picked up another 3 from our clan, our group. We finished it within 10 minutes with that new group. So, the first part, yeah.
Okay.
In less than 10 minutes, we were done. That it took us 2 hours with the other group. I'm like, holy shit, dude. The other people were not ready, honestly, dude. You know, and we kind of had a meeting beforehand and telling them, like, hey, you guys gotta get this stuff ready. Like, make sure you got, you know, your weapons up to light, get all this stuff up, get these mods and stuff like that. And they weren't prepared for it, honestly, dude. It was tough. We only managed to get halfway through the raid. And then sadly, like, I personally gave up because some of my other clanmates wanted to keep going and they did. And they only made it one step further. They didn't even make it to the boss room.
Oh, gosh.
I mean, we didn't do it day one. We did it day two, you know, but not day one, sadly.
No, definitely not. But even still, then I mean, Bungie did change up a few things in the raid.
Oh yeah, dude. I would say this is probably them how they reprised it. I think it's in D2. I'm saying is in D1. Wrath of the Machine is probably my all-time favorite raid. In D2, I would say Last Wish was my favorite raid, just because of the mechanics and how long it was.
Yeah,
but I think Vaulted Glass might be up there. It might be. I think it might be my new favorite raid now.
That's cool, because even now too, like besides having the whole raid flag, that the raid banner or whatever that everyone could get to get full ammo, their full super at the beginning of the match. I mean, the Oracles was pretty much a whole new mechanic.
Yeah.
The intro was a lot tougher than what we remembered. I mean, we could probably go back to D1, raid that, and be like, fly right by it, and then we go in now, and then just...
That would be a process going like side by side on like what's the difference, what we did in D1 compared to D2. I mean, I could go into fucking detail on that, but it would be lengthy, honestly.
Like even the whole final raid room with Atheon and everything like that
is pretty challenging. Yeah.
And challenging as well, which was expected. I mean, we spoke about this a little bit last week too. Like we did. Like, yes, it's gonna be the same raid, but it's definitely has to be updated, because then if not, it's just
updated it well.
Yeah, because if not, it would have just been a pointless raid. Like we would have just been able to switch back to D1 and play from over there with different weapons, different customization things and everything.
Exactly, dude. So what there's things I like and things I don't like, okay, on this shit. Like Oracles in D1, I get it. It was easy as fuck. You just kill whatever Oracle shows up and you fucking nuke it. In D2, you got to pay attention in the order they spawn. And if you get it wrong, it's an instant wipe. Yeah. And it's 5 rounds of them.
Oh, okay. And 5 rounds in 7 different spots.
It's 4 rounds, and they added an extra Oracle each round. So you start with 3 and then go to 7 in the end. So you have to remember the order in where they are, all 7 by the end.
Yeah.
And they change each order each time.
See, which I like that, because
I like it too.
In a lot of these raids, like sometimes you could just get by with
brute force.
Well, like with me anyways, like I can normally just get by doing ad clears. Just like clearing any enemies I see. When it comes to stuff like that, like I have to be a part of the team. I have to be listening, and I have to.
You got to
have a mic, be able to communicate with the rest of the team.
Exactly. You can't just sit around. Yeah, there's no carrying in this raid. Honestly, it's really hard to carry. If you ever want to carry someone, I'm sorry, you can't really baby around someone like you could, like in Last Wish or like in other raids. But this one, you really can't like baby someone. Like they have to be attentive. They have to be useful. Honestly, like simple as that.
Yeah.
Communication is key in that raid.
Yeah, and for those wondering who got world's first, it was the team Elysium.
Yeah, Elysium.
So congratulations to them.
Not only did they, finish world's first, they did it pretty much twice, because it was, since this was a reprised raid, they had to complete it twice. Technically speaking, they had to beat it on normal, which was difficult on its own. Then they had to do the full challenge mode, which was called Tempo, the Tempo challenge, which included every encounter's challenge. So they had to do everything they did previously in the normal, but they had to do it in a different way. The entire raid the same way, like that. So they did world's first on both ends. They did it. They had a normal clear world's first, and they did the temp challenge world's first. So they had a complete double world's first on that. Little people that didn't know that, like, they don't really say it, but that's how literally how they got it.
Yeah. There was one other thing I wanted to say. My mind just went blank. Damn it. All right. It'll come back to me probably. But I mean, besides and moving on from Destiny and the D1 raid, I mean, the next big thing for the Marvelverse is the Eternals. They just put out their official trailer. You could watch it on IGN, YouTube, on the main website, I believe, for Marvel. It's a beautifully done trailer.
Honestly, it looks amazing. Yeah. I'm very hyped for it, dude.
Oh, 100%. Because, I mean, we're finally getting the next few steps for what happened after Endgame.
Yeah, we're getting into cosmic beings. That's what I'm excited about, dude. It's getting bigger.
Yeah.
You know?
So, I mean, the trailer starts off with the cosmic beings known as the Eternals. I believe it's 8 of them. Coming to the planet Earth, obviously, and they're cool looking ass shit, first of all. It just looks like one giant slab. Like, it doesn't look like any other type of spaceship that we've seen in the Marvelverse or even in like our own real life world.
Yeah.
Well, kind of. It does still seem like triangle-ish.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's besides the point. So they show up technically during the caveman era.
I think it's a little bit. I want to say it's a little after, right?
A little bit, because they do have clothing and weapons at this point, like spears and stuff. So we don't really know what
very
time period,
early, like
humanity world.
Yeah, like very, very early on.
So they come in, and the whole trailer pretty much just explains that they're the ones helping
humanity
progress with like architecture and history and stuff,
knowledge and all that stuff.
And they're pretty much, they come in this world starting this, and then they just slowly integrate themselves into society pretty much.
And at the same time, they don't interfere with human, like if there's conflict, they don't interfere. Like that's for them to figure out and to deal with.
Which at this point, it also, like when you say it like that, it also seems like they're just studying us in a way.
Yeah, at the same time, that's right? How I feel like what's happening. I mean, we don't know. You see these.
Yeah.
Because
I mean, so yeah, it looks like they're like seeing us grow plants, like farming, agriculture. We see one pair that, because they're so madly in love, they marry themselves within like different eras of time as well.
I think they announced too that there's I think this is the first time. I'm not sure if it's the first time, but I think someone mentioned it, that it's the first time they're introducing like an open gay couple, like being within like superheroes.
Yeah.
They're like officially like, oh yeah, like they're like in the Marvel like they're like together.
Yes.
I was like,
well, I mean, there was also a lot of talk about how Bucky from the Winter Soldier, that during the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, that he was supposedly gonna have some arc with him in the male world. I mean, I never got any hints of that or whatever, especially by the end of it when
I think they were reaching,
right?
Yeah, I think that was a reach. No, but this time they actually like Marvel themselves, like, yeah, they are like straight up, like in the movie you'll probably see them like together. I'm like, oh damn, okay.
Well, I mean, it probably has to do something with like their comics and stuff that we.
No, that's what it is. That's why it's based off their comic. Like,
I'm saying it's like it has to be like bigger in the comics for them to put it in the movies, because then if not, you can't really translate.
Exactly.
There wouldn't be proper translation in the story if you're gonna switch this character out for somebody, because
well, the thing is, Marvel has done that before, though. They switch characters, you know, like,
and those are
like
normally,
they were and they're not now, you know, like
and
that.
those have normally been the movies that flopped.
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Or storylines get so confusing that you can't really continue.
Either that, or they push it way too forward, like someone who isn't, and they'd be like, "Yeah, they are." Like,
they try to like shove it in your face.
Yeah, like no, they're not. Like, you know,
not in this storyline.
Like not in the comic books, man. Just go off of this. Literally, the script is right there.
Yeah,
just go off of that shit. It's good.
And I mean, I'm mostly just excited to see Salma Hayek and Angelina Jolie play supernatural type of characters.
What a fucking powerhouse of fucking cast, bro. Holy crap. Whew. And that, I don't know if you've seen the ending of that trailer, dude. They're like, oh, you know, since Captain Rogers and Tony Stark are gone, who's going to lead? Technically, the guy who said, like, I'll lead them, that guy, I forgot what's his name in the comic books, but he does become one of the leaders of the Avengers. Mm-hmm. He essentially becomes one of the leaders. So I'm like, oh shit, are they like inferences that he's gonna be the new leader? Maybe. Who knows, man? Speculation City. That's another day, another topic for another day. Mm-hmm. We'll leave it as that because I'm getting too excited.
It's just so cool, and even graphics wise, like the sword that Angelina Jolie is holding, it's like see through, but it has the type of energy that they're using, like flowing through the blade. Mm-hmm. Oh, I just want to see it all together. It looks good. It looks very good. Watch the trailer if you haven't.
I mean, dude, their track right now is kind of crazy because I know Black Widow is supposed to be coming out soon. Mm-hmm. And then in June, they have the Loki thing coming out. Mm-hmm. And then I'm not sure what goes next after that, to be honest. I need to check the timeline again.
I forget if it's either Shang-Chi or the WandaVision and Wanda and
no, that's
Doctor
not
Strange. No,
that's like 2 years from now, probably.
Oh,
that's like 2023 or 2022, late 2022,
probably.
But no, for sure, Shang-Chi I know comes out this year, and I don't know Eternals comes out this year as well. So I think Shang-Chi comes out in July. I want to say July, maybe. No, or I don't know. But I know Eternals comes out this year, and so does the new Spider-Man movie as well.
Venom, Let There Be Carnage.
No, not that one. That one too, though. But another Tom Holland like Spider-Man movie, like comes out in Christmas.
Oh, the next one, yeah.
Yeah.
The one that they were like making jokes about what like the title was gonna be.
Yeah, like because you know Tom Holland is known to like have a big mouth.
Big spoilers. Yeah. Which I mean, I can't wait because I mean, if they're also like really pushing the whole Venom arc and Carnage right now too, maybe that might get integrated into the whole Marvel verse. You never know.
Sony lets it, bro. Sony just signs the paper, bro. Just be like, yo, you guys get him for this one movie. Just swinging the dollar bills, like straight up, like, yo, here it is. But fuck, man, that would be awesome if they did, bro. But at the same time, it's kind of weird though because, in the story in the comic books, Eddie Brock is supposed to be like the high school bully of what's his name? Freaking Peter Parker, which doesn't make sense if you put it together now because Eddie Brock in this Venom movie, he's like mad old. He's like in his 20s and shit. And then Tom Holland is like supposed to be like ending high school, almost getting into college by the time, Far From Home is there. He's still in high school and stuff. Yeah. So like the timeline doesn't really add up. But at the same time, that's why they're integrating all these cosmic beings, Timelines are getting shifted. Who knows, man? We might get X-Men soon. Might get X-Men soon.
I hope so. I want to see Marvel, and yeah, that too. Them too.
Dude,
I mean, hopefully it doesn't flop. Hopefully they learn from their mistakes.
Bro, I swear. I mean, what flopped so far, dude? That I mean, it's been.
Oh well, I'm talking about like the Fantastic Four.
Oh yeah, like I hope they don't fuck it up. Yeah, honestly.
Yeah.
At this point, I feel like Marvel, it'll be hard for them to fuck it up. Even a movie, if they did fuck it up, it wouldn't even be big because they'll still make like $1 billion. You know, just like quote unquote Captain Marvel flop, and it still made $1 billion in the box office. You know.
Oh yeah.
So like you can't say it fucking flopped because man, everyone still wants to go watch it. So.
And I mean, speaking about floppings, I know I didn't pass this topic up at you, but you've probably seen some stuff. Army of the Dead.
Army of the Dead?
Yeah, the one starring Dave Bautista. The like new zombie movie that was for Netflix, the Netflix original. Mm-hmm. Yikes.
Yeah, that doesn't look good, in my opinion. That doesn't look right.
Yeah, no. So Army of the Dead is starring Dave Bautista, is another zombie movie. I mean, the world's apocalypse, zombies are running around, this and that, survivors trying to survive, the usual stuff. But this one has a different premise, and I kind of enjoy it. It looks
it's a new
interesting.
Premise. Yeah.
But so it's that the zombies are actually still holding their intellect, so much so that enough of them are able to communicate verbally. One of them is so smart enough, she becomes the queen and is able to control her own army of the zombies. And like, she's actually intelligent, which is a cool premise.
Key the word Army of the Dead.
Yes, exactly. Like, even like so cool to see like the zombie tiger panther lion.
That looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Like, graphics actually looked really cool.
Yeah, even for a Netflix movie, I'm like, this looks pretty clean still, dude.
Exactly.
But at the same time, like, oh man, another fucking zombie movie though. I just hope it's not like it's bad that it's laughable. I just hope it's like decent, at least a minimum decent.
Well, that's also the issue wherein lies the issue. It is a Netflix movie, and Netflix sometimes has this reputation of not having some of the greatest movies made.
They do have bangers, don't get me wrong.
They do have some, yes. But I mean, apparently this one lies very 50-50 on that line. It is Zack Snyder directing it.
I mean, it could be fucking good.
But I mean, at this point, like, from what I've read on IMDb, it does have a 5.9 out of 10 and a 70% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I mean, 70% is pretty decent.
And still a 57% on Metacritic. I
say it's a movie still willing, like, give it a shot. It's not going to be for everyone type of movie.
Yes.
That's how I'm seeing it right now. How are you telling me?
Yeah, I'm gonna watch it tonight, actually. I really do want to watch it just to
judge it
yourself. Understand why. Right. And I'll come with a review again next week. But like, I'll definitely try to go in with an open mind. Excuse me.
I'll even watch it too, yo. So we can have some insight on both ends.
With an open mind. But I mean, reviews and from what I've seen on Twitter about the movie.
Yeah, I've seen some things like on Instagram, just like on movies and stuff from Netflix, because I follow Netflix. Mm-hmm. Yeah, like it has like, it's like mediocre. I'm like, oh shit, okay, that's harsh. I'm like, holy shit.
But yeah, we'll definitely keep an eye out. We'll watch that movie and come next week with a better review.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And for our final topic of the week, I was very interested about this.
Yes, you were.
Because I always stay talking about it and I keep telling Leche to play the game.
And I won't.
And he won't. Just to spite me.
No, it's not because of that, because I don't see it interesting to me.
Whatever. So Overwatch, well, first of all, Blizzard put out some gameplay and a lot of updates about Overwatch 2. So currently the game for Overwatch is a 6v6. 2 tanks, 2 DPS, and 2 healers. From what they showed in Overwatch 2, the trailer, it is now going to be a 5v5. 1 tank, 2 DPS, 2 healers. Currently in Overwatch, some characters have some passives that either like when they get booped around, they don't get pushed as far as others, or some start regenerating health after a certain amount of time, or just things like that. Like what passive skills normally are, like extra buffs for certain characters. In Overwatch 2, they're changing it so there is 1 buff for all tanks, 1 buff for all DPS, and 1 buff for all healers. And it's the basic that after a certain amount of time, healers start regenerating their own health to keep themselves alive, because some healers can not heal themselves with their own abilities sometimes. The tanks, like I said, have that one basic passive where boops don't send them launching as far. And DPS will now have a much greater running speed than the rest do. So obviously it keeps it different.
I was gonna say, yeah. I think it looks like they're since multiple characters have integrations from other like aspects, like a healer could also be a tank and take hits and stuff like that, you know. So they're changing in that style, which actually might work for them for a game like that.
So yeah, that's exactly the thing. Like that's what we're all hoping for.
Yeah, I mean that's the word, right? Like hopefully it works out that way.
And I mean the biggest change of all was the 6v6 to a 5v5. Because currently right now, if you play Overwatch, the main problem is the double shields aspect of everything. You're shooting more shields than you are giving damage to the actual opponent teams.
Right.
So with the 5v5, I mean, less shields that you're obviously shooting, right? And then on top of that, they're even apparently going to change like the style of tanks, you could say. So you have like your main tanks, the one that obviously are supposed to take the damage and like be at the front of the lines, while you have your others that they're quote unquote, I believe the term is bruisers.
Yeah.
Where they're pretty much very beefy. Yes, they're taking a lot of the damage, but like they almost have like no shields to them in a way. It's just they're more in there as a distraction, from getting healed, and hoping like the DPS is doing what they're doing. Exactly.
Right. I mean, it's a strategy game overall, a role-playing strategy game when it comes to it. So,
which I mean,
the whole premise of it
exactly. And like for me as a healer in Overwatch, I mean, that's my issue. Besides the whole double shields, is that whoever plays the main bruiser that we know is Roadhog. He's just like running right through straight to the healers, like, and DPS is like so freaking confused, focused on the other shield. When it's like, no, like save your healers, or if not, like that's why we stay losing. So at least with this, if they're all turning into a bruiser, okay, now we just focus on the tank. That way they're not knocking out our healers. faster than what our DPS could actually like do for damage.
A lot of like intricacies when it comes to playing that game for sure.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I feel like that's why I don't want to get into this game too much. I'm like, ooh. I mean, I feel like it'll be the game is too far in for me to try to like go in now, in my opinion. But at the same time, I do see like why people love the game, but at the same time hate it. Mm-hmm. I mean, it's people say Overwatch has like probably like in the top 10 most toxic communities when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah,
because there's a lot of argument to stuff like that. You know, like I know you don't want to like you hate to disagree. You hate to agree with me on that end because you know it's kind of low key true.
Yeah, I'm not disagreeing with you.
It does have like that toxic community when it comes to that end.
There have been a lot of shit talking. There have been multiple lists where Overwatch is definitely in those top 10, top 5 most toxic communities out there. Yeah. You know what? Another one that I did see that was a very like toxic community out there. Apparently, Fall Guys has one of like has another super toxic.
It went up. Yeah, like it's super fucking toxic, dude. Holy crap. A lot of people shit talking.
And it's like it's one of the most funny looking, like joyful games.
You're jelly beans racing. That's literally the premise of the fucking game.
And like jelly beans dressed as hamburgers, jelly beans dressed as werewolves or giraffes or whatever.
Cactuses or whatever.
And they have one of the most toxic communities. And I blame the fact that you can like hold people to like push them off.
Yeah, I think that's why. There's a lot of little nuances in that game that just that would trigger people. Like just would literally freaking get their blood boiling like crazy, dude. The griefers, that's what they're called. Those
griefers.
Yeah, they just like holding off other people and shit.
I would be sending some long, horrible voice messages if I was playing that game.
Like old Xbox 360 times and shit.
Huh. Like have you seen that one? It's an old one, but it's like a little boy sends a message to some guy, and it's like, my mom heard me call you a bad name, so she's making me write this letter to you. I apologize for calling you a insert slur here over comms. I hope you could forgive me. And then like that's it. And like the guy posted and it's like, how do I respond to this? Because I said some bad things myself to this kid. It's like, because it's like you never know who's on the other side. Like
that's true, dude. That's why you don't shit talk, dude.
Well, that's why we don't play Fortnite. So
yeah, that's why you don't have mics off when you play on public games.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, especially like when there's that what is it, Warzone? Like when you kill someone, you could hear like the last few seconds.
I mean, that's funny though. People do it on purpose at this point, just to talk shit.
Well, I mean, that's the purpose of the game, to like shoot each other off. You get me?
Yeah. When it's Call of Duty is infamous and famous for that. So
when it's like a full on like like running course that you're playing or whatever, then that's different. Because if you're gonna forcefully pushed off or held back when you're supposed to be running this course.
That's like in Call of Duty, you're just meant to kill people. So it's okay to be like a little toxic. You know, it's not full on toxicity.
Yeah.
Really, that's the whole premise of the game, just shit talking and beating the other team. Yeah. So,
but I mean, from my end, that's about it on news. I mean, I don't know if you have any last minute things you want to add.
Well, I mean, this is like just personal news. I'm going to try to start streaming more consistently. I know I said that last time as well, and I didn't. It's because, I mean, I said it last time, not thinking that work would come in more frequently like it did in the past couple of months. But I mean, hopefully this doesn't happen again to me, because work has been kind of like
slow recently.
It's been slow right now, but my job, like, it goes up and down when it comes to work. But I definitely want to start streaming, and I probably will start streaming daily, hopefully, even if it's for like a little bit, even if it's for like for Destiny or for Skyrim on Xbox or any other game for PC. If I'm doing anything like small stuff on PC, I'll definitely stream it for a little bit.
Ooh, seeing you play Skyrim would be dope.
Yeah. But a fresh new game would be nice to start.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But man, I don't want to do that. Definitely not. That dude, just even thinking about it just got my head stressed, dude. That game is crazy when you start a new game. No, but I definitely want to start streaming more. So hopefully I could, I'll send out alerts and messages to my Instagram and stuff like that when I start doing it a little bit more frequently. So I definitely want to just get a rhythm of it first. So I'll keep you guys updated on that end.
And so where can people find you?
People could always and continue finding me on IG at Leche Minuesa, or you guys can find me at twitch.tv at TechnoFreak95.
And then I am everywhere, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter at OneAlphaPenguin. Follow the podcast on Instagram and Twitter at takeasip_pod, and on YouTube, youtube.com/takeasip. As always, the logo on everything else, even for the podcast, is the same logo on profile pictures, whatever, on all the social medias, for an easy way of knowing which is the correct one. And as always, like, subscribe, share with friends, leave comments how we can get better, what kind of news you guys want to stay hearing, and all that stuff. I mean, we could go into more, like actually do research on some stuff if
someone like wishes, like if you guys want us to go into more comic book stuff, we will go into that. Mm-hmm. More movie stuff, we'll go into that. More, anything, just make sure you guys tell us, let us know.
Yeah. And as always, drink some water, go for a walk, and we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
See you guys.